News alert just coming in. A helicopter crashed near a kindergarten outside the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. At least 16 people, including 2 children, have been killed. According to police officials, Ukraine's interior minister, first deputy minister and state secretary have also been killed in the helicopter crash. The cause of the crash has not yet been established. There has been no comment made from Russia yet. According to the deputy head of Ukraine's presidential office, the officials in Kyiv, they're currently finding out more information about the casualties and the circumstances. A helicopter crashed near a kindergarten outside the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv. At least 16 people, including 2 children, have died. According to police officials, Ukraine's interior minister, first deputy minister and state secretary also died in the helicopter crash. The cause of the crash has not yet been established. We're now being joined by Sviatoslav Yurash from Kyiv. Yurash is a member of the Parliament of Ukraine. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. What can you tell us about the situation currently?
Well, it is a very sad day for all of us. The Minister of Interior was one of our colleagues from the Parliament. We worked with him for many years now, and for us, he was more than a colleague, he was a friend. He visited my wedding, for one thing, and for us it is a very sad day. It is an extremely tragic day.
Absolutely. Do we have any more details about what caused this crash?
Well, we are investigating that. Myself and my colleagues are discussing the details that are coming in by the minute, and it's very early to pinpoint the exact course and direction, but let me just say that no stone will be left unturned on this matter.
Absolutely. From what we're hearing, at least 16 people, including 2 children, have died in this crash. What more can you tell us?
Well, the reality is this is the sad picture that exists for many parts of Ukrainian life because of the war and because of the disruptions that it causes to every single part of life. It is sadly that such tragedies are more common. Again, we are investigating causes right now, and it's very early to pinpoint the cause. But let me just say that in this context, as in many other contexts, this war has taken a toll on different infrastructure and different systems that existed and worked in Ukraine for many decades.
Right, absolutely. And from what we know so far, and of course we will continue to bring in more information as and when we have it, Ukraine's interior minister, first deputy minister and state secretary have also been killed in this crash. Indeed.
And as I mentioned, minister was one of the colleagues from the Parliament. He was with us in the Parliament leading committee on the interior matters for many years. And again, trusted across the board, respected across the board, and always somebody who was able to listen and try to help in different ways. And through these years, he was a friend, and it was quite a sad moment for all of us, and for myself personally.
Right, absolutely. Of course, as you mentioned as well, the cause of the crash has not yet been established. Investigation, of course, is still underway. What can you tell us about the flights across Kyiv?
The Russians are hitting all over Ukraine every single day from different directions and with different needs. And whether it's rockets, some of which appear in different news, in different media from around the world that are covering the war that's happening here. And there are also almost daily attacks by various different Iranian-made drones that hit Ukraine basically day in, day out. So the reality is, this is the modern warfare that we are living through.
Right, absolutely. That being said, there has been no comment made from Russia yet.
Indeed. Again, all the causes are investigated right now, and it's very hard to pinpoint exactly this moment what is happening, what has happened there. It's only fair to say that we need to get all the information. before we exactly provide the understanding of what happened this morning.
Right, absolutely. Officials in Kyiv are currently finding out the information and the circumstances here. What can you tell us of your last contact with the Interior Minister or the Deputy Minister or the State Secretary who were also on the helicopter?
Well, we were discussing different legislation on different matters and cooperation on different points. I was speaking with the Deputy Minister, for example, on the matter of some of Ukrainian diaspora who basically were wishing to stay in Ukraine and to receive Ukrainian citizenship back. And he was helping me on that matter. For example, the minister himself I met for a meeting a while back, but again, it is a very sad moment for all of us.
Right, of course. Just coming back to one point here, this was the helicopter crash was near a kindergarten outside the capital Kyiv. Do you have any details of the flight?
That is what we know at the moment. We have pictures that are coming in, and we have various different details coming in, but again, some things are verified, some are not. So to give you too much information would be a mistake right now, because obviously when speaking with the media, one must be mindful of the flood of information that always comes in these circumstances, and we need to verify them.
Right, absolutely. That being said, just for more clarity here actually, do we have any details on the make of the helicopter or the weather currently?
Well, again, my colleagues are mentioning various different possible causes and mentioning different possibilities of what could happen there. But the information that is coming in is far from complete. So it's very hard at the moment to provide those details that you asked me about. And believe me, I myself very much desire to get to know as many details as possible to try and understand what happened.
Right, absolutely, Mr. Arash. We'll continue to track this very closely. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast with all your inputs.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.